Yeah, because you got nothing. You got little pie shapes out there.
I
Yeah.
know that's sloppy.
All right, good evening. We'll call this meeting to order for the January 25th, 2024 Apple Valley City Council meeting. I'd like to welcome everyone. For any members of the audience who have signed up to speak, when your name is called, please approach the podium and address the council. The first item on our agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. I would ask everyone to rise and join us in the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, the second item on the agenda is to approve the agenda. I do know we have one suggested change. Charles, do we have any others?
No others other than the one from the EDA.
So just prior to this meeting, we had an EDA meeting, and there is one item I would like to ask that we add to our agenda tonight, just for expediency, and that is to add 5B, which is to direct staff to have an appraisal performed to determine the market value of 7153 and 7169 152nd Street. We'll add that as 5B. When we get there, we'll have Tim come up and just walk us through that one quickly. If there are no other changes, I would take a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Second.
Motion from Councilmember Goodwin, a second from Councilmember Grendel. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
That item carries. The next item is our audience participation portion of the meeting. We have a total of 10 minutes for this item. I don't see anyone, I don't believe anyone signed up to speak. Is anyone from the audience who is not on the regular agenda like to speak? All right, seeing no one, we'll close the audience participation portion. We'll move on to the consent agenda. These items are routine and will be enacted with a single motion unless a council member or citizen requests to pull an item. Council members, are there any items you'd like to pull?
No.
And audience, citizens, any items? All right, we'll take a motion for the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion from Councilmember Lander, a second from Councilmember Grendel. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Consent carries. That takes us to our regular agenda. We'll start with item 5A, and that is Orion Hospitality Group, LLC, DBA Crooked Pint Ale House. And Pam has this one.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. Orion Hospitality Group, LLC, doing business as Crooked Pint Ale House, submitted an application for on-sale intoxicating liquor and a special license for Sunday liquor sales. The license is for a premise located at 15668 Pilot Knob Road, which is the same site as the Crooked Pint that has been operating since 2014. The plans show the restaurant will seat 160 people inside. The patio will serve 20 people. The new owners have been operating the business since December 1st, utilizing a management agreement for on-sale liquor operated by the previous owner, which is permissible. The application indicates the sole officer is Mark Daniel Lancaster, president. Section 11124 of the City Code requires all on-sale licenses to have a public hearing, and on December 28th, the City Council set this evening for the public hearing. Proper notice was posted and placed in the city's official newspaper, and that affidavit of publication is on file. There have been no comments received from the public to date. The police and fire departments have completed the necessary background investigation and premise checks and find no reason the license cannot be authorized at this time. There are two items before the City Council this evening. First, to hold a public hearing, and second, pending any comments from the public or questions from the council, issuance of the on-sale intoxicating liquor and special license for Sunday liquor sales for 2024. Crooked Pint representatives that are in the audience this evening are Mark Lancaster, President, and Angie Gorin, Operations Manager. And I'm happy to stand for questions.
Pam, thank you. We'll go ahead and start with the public hearing and open our public hearing for this item. Anyone who would like to speak to the public hearing? Anyone who would like to speak to the public hearing on the Orion Hospitality item? One last opportunity. We'll close the public hearing. We'll look for a motion to adopt the resolution approving the on-sale intoxicating liquor and special license for Sunday liquor sales.
So moved. Second.
We'll go ahead and call that a motion by Councilmember Goodwin and a second by Councilmember Bergman. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed, that item carries. And I know that our owners will like come. Mark, you want to come forward and tell us, I know you promised a couple jokes, so I won't hold you to that, but,
I meant that in jest, that itself was the joke. Nice to meet you all. I'm a little disappointed there wasn't anybody here to oppose. I was really looking forward to that banter.
we'll bring you back for another meeting.
Yeah, go find someone for me. If I would have told jokes, then I would have got someone, I'm sure. As you said, I'm Mark Lancaster. I live in Northfield. I'm really excited for this opportunity. The people have been asking me how this opportunity came to be. I own independent insurance agencies. I'm a risk manager by trade. I own some manufacturing companies as well. And through those relationships, I got to know the prior owners. They were looking at doing something else, and they were divesting and putting their resources into something else. They wanted to keep a trusted individual in their group kind of part of that franchise group. And so when I was looking at it, the opportunity came up. I didn't have the time or really the bandwidth to be able to dedicate to the management of the restaurants without the current president or the current managers in charge. But I also added another layer of management with Angie. I've known Angie for over a decade now, and her husband actually works with me at one of my other organizations, so I know the family. They're very highly trusted. So we're really not changing anything. We're not making any other changes to the operations. The kitchen manager, the general manager, the assistant manager, they've been in place for a long time. If you've been in there lately, you'll probably recognize a lot of the servers and the staff have been there since its inception. We've really done nothing to change the operations other than just be very excited to be part of the organization. The franchise group in itself is very strong. We're looking very, very much to being part of that. We're not looking to extend any of the hours. We'd like to keep it still more of a family dining restaurant as opposed to any kind of a bar per se. I also purchased the one in Faribault, so we have 2 locations. Angie's also overseeing both, really doing a great job. So I really appreciate Pamela's help with us. We've, you ever heard the saying that you really don't know what you don't know? We didn't know how much was involved in applying for a liquor license and how much was involved in all of those things. So Pamela's been great. We appreciate your patience with us, and thanks for handling us with kid gloves.
Welcome back.
Welcome to fellow Mark.
Appreciate it, everybody. Thank you for
We
your
all, we all know there's nothing Pam doesn't know when it comes to this topic, so you got the right person to help you get through it.
I heard that you're going to be looking at different things later on. Good luck replacing somebody of that importance. I understand.
Yeah, thanks for that reminder.
So I promised jokes and came with that little nugget.
Mark, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
With that, we'll move on to item 5B, which is really a continuation of an EDA item from just a short time ago. I'm looking at it as a lot that is currently owned by the city, and there is potentially some interest in.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of council. I won't go through the whole presentation, just for the public's courtesy. Up on the screen tonight, we have the 866 site that we just reviewed very quickly to the previous meeting at the EDA. This site is bounded by 52nd, 153rd, Gallant, and Garrett, Lot 1 and 2, Block 3 Village, 3.7 acres. As we reported, we've received a few interested parties that would like to acquire the site and develop it. Our consensus at the EDA was that they'd like to forward that recommendation on to the council, the sitting body right now, to direct staff on preparing for the sale of that, which would likely begin with an appraisal, which will work with our city attorneys on that. So we'll stand down for any questions if there are any, or proceed with your directive.
Are there any questions for Tim? All right, if there are not, I would accept a motion to direct staff to have an appraisal prepared to determine the market value of 7153 and 7169 152nd Street.
So moved.
Motion from Councilmember Melander, second from Councilmember Bergman. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that item carries. We will move on to staff and council communications. We probably have good Winterfest to talk about, I would guess, Charles, correct?
We do. Bill Bird's here.
I noticed he didn't bring Klondike with this evening.
No polar bear tonight.
And
Sorry.
your executive assistant is in the back and taking it easy, huh?
I am here to speak about Midwinter Fest, and I first want to just stress it will be held. I want to stress that again. Midwinter Fest will be held. We have plenty of things going on besides snow and ice related activities. It takes place Saturday, February 3rd from 3 to 7:15 in Johnny Cake Ridge Park on the west side of Johnny Cake Ridge Road. I'm going to start with all the positives, and they include, despite the warm forecast and the weather we're currently having, we still are holding our medallion hunt. We have a kids DJ. The police department will be giving kids rides in a custom-made train pulled by the police department's UTV. Kite flying, we've got mascots from the city, as well as a couple additions, new ones this year. We have TC Bear from the Minnesota Twins, and Madonna, which is Mud Donna, not Madonna, get that right, from the St. Paul Saints. So that'll be a fun addition for the kids. Good photo opportunities. We will also have bag toss for both big people and little people. We have disc golf, horse-drawn wagon rides, live music by a local band called Flannel. They play often at Bogart's, and they play a lot of 90s music. Last year we were in the 80s. This year we're moving to the 90s. And then we have fireworks starting right at 7 p.m. And I wanted to mention the band starts at 5 p.m. So we have a fireworks show, and kind of in between all of that, we've got food trucks on site and beverages provided by Rascals, beer and wine, and the Rotary Club of Apple Valley will be providing hot chocolate and I believe hot cider, and those are for purchase. On to the not so positive news with the weather. Of course, there's been a few things that we probably will not be able to do. One for sure has been canceled. The police department put a lot of time and effort into coordinating a youth fishing derby on Cobblestone Lake. Unfortunately, it's standing water right now. I think the ice is fine underneath, but it's a mess and it probably will get worse. So that has been officially canceled. We had a great partner with that. The police worked very hard securing Joe Sporting Goods as a partner. So that was, hopefully we can continue that and push that to next year. A few other events that are very at risk of being canceled. I'm not going to officially call it right now, but our ice skating, of course, recycling bin races on the ice, snow painting and snowshoeing, and sledding. That likely not going to happen.
No, I don't think so.
So we'll provide all the updates for the event on the city website, social media, city social media, and the video production team is revising our video, which we're going to watch right now. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
And no further items?
I thought, do we have a video to watch?
Yep.
Do.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Fun to do this winter? Then come join us as we celebrate Apple Valley's Midwinter Fest on Saturday, February 3rd at Johnny Cake Park West. There'll be lots of activities happening all day long, starting at 9 o'clock with our Mites Hockey Jamboree and our Midwinter Fest Medallion Hunt. Clues will be posted every hour on our Apple Valley Parks and Recreation Facebook page, where you can discover which of Apple Valley's 56 parks hides a medallion. Psst, a little hint. It's not inside any park buildings. Ooh, did I say that out loud? That's one way to win the $250 cash prize. Ka-ching! Now at 3 p.m., the action begins at Johnny Cake Park West with a kids dance DJ, snowshoeing, kite flying, snow painting, ice skating, bag toss, and cart rides courtesy of the Apple Valley Police Department. And if that wasn't enough to keep you busy, we also have recycle bin racing, sledding, frisbee golf, and horse-drawn wagon rides. Plus, if you like hobnobbing with celebrities, stop in and get a photo with TC Bear for the Minnesota Twins, along with our own Klondike the Polar Bear, McGruff the Crime Dog, and Sparky the Fire Dog. Now, live music begins at 5 with Minnesota's premier 90s cover band, Flannel, sponsored by the Apple Valley Arts Foundation. And while you're here, be sure to get something to eat from the Brick Oven Pizza Bus or the Go Barbecue Food Truck. And if you're thirsty, we have you covered with Rascals Bar and Grill, serving beer and wine. Or you can pick up a cup of hot cider or hot chocolate provided by the Apple Valley Rotary Club. Plus, if you get cold, you can always warm up in the Minnesota Valley Transit Authority warming bus. And it wouldn't be a celebration without fireworks, and they start at 7 o'clock. For a full list of activities and times, visit the city's website at applevalleymn.gov. Don't hibernate this winter, celebrate it with Apple Valley's Midwinter Fest, Saturday, February 3rd at Johnny Cake Park West.
Thank you. I also wanted to mention, reminded me that the Mites Hockey Jamboree obviously has been canceled also. So, thank you.
Still lots to do, lots of good reasons to come out, right? Bring your lawn chair, enjoy sitting by the fire, watch the music, watch the fireworks, come out and have a good time. Thanks, everyone, for being flexible on this one. Charles, I think you said you had no further items. Council members, anything from you all? Just wanted to share from me in just a moment to honor a former Apple Valley resident in Ryan Pleasance, and Ryan is the brother of Stacy and the brother-in-law of Jason Kronbusch, who was one of our firefighters. Ryan's a firefighter in Walla Walla, California, currently passed away suddenly here at the beginning of the year at 41 years old after a 20-year career firefighting. So obviously a connection to our own fire department. Anytime somebody in public safety passes unexpectedly, I know it kind of hits all of us a little bit. And Ryan had a great career, was a great person. Just want to take a moment to remember him and acknowledge the family and what they're going through in all of this. So I doubt they're watching this evening, but I know our thoughts are all with Stacy and Jason and Ryan and family. So keep them in your thoughts and prayers here in the weeks ahead. So with that, the next informal city council meeting is Thursday, February 8th at 5:30. Our next regular council meeting is Thursday, February 8th at 7. Do we have a motion to approve the calendar?
So moved. Second.
We have a motion from Councilmember Grendel and a second from Councilmember Bergman. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
And do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion from Councilmember Bergman and a second from Councilmember Grendel. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you, and we're adjourned.